This is a debate on the National Security Review Investments Modernization Act, time allocation. The Liberals say there's just too much time and they don't want to spend any more time on it in the House. So they're trying to cut the debate for the 37th time. Here's the first part about time allocation, and then the next part is about a bit of debate. It's really exciting. Check it out.
But at some point, we do need to vote, and now the time to vote has come.
So the Honourable Member for Kamloops, Thompson, Caribou.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's always a pleasure to rise on behalf of the people from Kamloops, Thompson, Caribou. And I must say, this minister has given us a masterclass on how to talk out the clock today. My question is this. The NDP Liberal government has moved time allocation 37 times this Parliament alone. Now, from the whole period up until Tom Mulcair, the NDP government only supported time allocation 17 times. So over double the amount of times this NDP government has done it. And what have they gotten? They say we want pharmacare. They have gotten nothing from this Liberal NDP coalition. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, my question is this. Given that the Liberals have given the NDP government nothing, the government now of no democratic principles, what are they promising them since the NDP is getting nothing for truncating debate, which is what we're dealing with today?
The Honourable Minister of Innovation.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to answer the member, and I appreciate his contribution in the House, and I know the people of Thompson, Kamloops, Caribou like him for sure. But they're watching the TV today, I'm sure, and they're looking and they say, but hold on for a minute. We're all in favor of debates, but once we agree, can we vote? I mean, that's the question, is that people have agreed on the amendments. So I'm sure the people watching are saying, okay, we all agree we want democracy, we want debates, we want robust debate, we want to make sure. But once we agree, Mr. Speaker, when there's agreement, we just say, well, we need to vote at some stage. Because on this case, Mr. Speaker, people have agreed and we need...
We have a point of order from the Honourable Member for Charlotte St. James, Assiniboia, Headingley.
Mr. Speaker, the member, and I know him to be a good person and an honest person, but he is saying that we've agreed to something that we haven't agreed to. And I don't think that that's appropriate, Mr. Speaker. It's been very clear that we have not agreed, particularly on the amendment to Clause 15.
That's just part
of I worked hard and advocated for their interest as a parliamentarian. The allegations made against me are as false as the ones made against you. To my constituents.
Nothing but a bunch of myths from this Liberal minister. He bragged earlier that he had dropped the threshold. He didn't. I brought that motion in. Liberal MPs voted against it. I brought in the amendment to the committee that put bribery and corruption in. Liberal MPs voted against it. The only reason it's through is because the opposition put it in. And the whole point of report stage is to allow for further amendments. The minister has ignored for a half hour the call to say yes or no. Does he think cabinet should be eliminated from the process of reviewing foreign investments? His bill removes cabinet from that process and puts it solely in the minister's hands. Why, for a half hour, has he decided not to answer the question? Will they support our amendment at report stage to return cabinet decision-making to the Investment Canada Act, yes or no?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy for the question for the member, and he knows how much I like him, and I will say in front of everyone in this House his contribution. I may have had half an hour, but Mr. Speaker, he had 20 hours of work at the committee, Mr. Speaker, to put his amendment. And during these 20 hours, 11, not one, Mr. Speaker, 11 significant amendments were adopted by everyone. This is the Liberal, that was the NDP, that was the Black, and the Conservative. So, Mr. Speaker, they had 20 hours in committee to do that. And they came and they said, we agreed. This is the best way forward for this bill, Mr. Speaker. I welcome his contribution. I always thank him for what he does and making sure that he improves legislation. But I think after 20 hours, someone would think at home, well, they must have done the work they needed to do. And what we're saying today is that we need to vote. That's what the motion...